We live.
Yeah, we live.
We live.
We live. We've been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you.
Y'all forgive us. We late, but we here. That's what matters. That's what matters.
I'm glad JJ done got it together, man. This is ridiculous around here.
The latest
I
thing
would
that
like
was
to
in.
know who the management is. Welcome to Phil Power Podcast.
Hey.
Every now and then, J Baby Sagittarius will be late.
You
I'm
know,
on the good side
I
of
can't help
Sagittarius.
it.
See, I was coordinated. And I
No,
was like, Jay, let's go. It's almost 6. And she was like, oh my God,
that's what's wrong with
I
you.
got things to do.
You
So I'm
too
like,
close to the November Sagittarius. That's what's wrong with you.
No, we the big part.
I know.
What in the spiritual sense, what's the number for?
Mm-mm.
Exactly. You don't even know. She don't even know. You trying to play it out like
No, but real talk, because if that's the case, my birthday is a 4213. So if that's the case, I'm still equal with you.
It's a 1 and a 3.
Don't matter.
Oh, you're a 1 and a 3.
That's what's wrong.
You can't go to and stuff.
I realize that's the problem. You too close to them November Sagittarius. Something wrong with y'all.
We the hottest of the 5.
Nah.
In the 5 seconds.
Nah, buddy. December's it, because we right on the cusp with those Capricorns. We lit.
Capricorns sound up crazy. They are level lesser crazy than the Virgo.
Well, cause Gemini, Virgo, and Cancers.
Oh yeah, now I can agree with them. Cancer,
I'm
like
they
just some crybabies. Cancer, they just some crybabies, man.
Them Cancers are supposed to be like a serial killers of the Zodiac sign.
I ain't met that part of them. I met this crybaby, so I guess crybaby could equate to SK.
I guess they could, cause woo. So we did that poll. I did the post on my Facebook page, and I went back and looked at it again. Cancer, Libra, Gemini, and Virgo was top of the list for everybody being pissed off. And then Aquarius was right up in there with it too.
You said Virgo was in there, right?
Virgo was at the top of the list.
I'm not the only one that noticed it.
Virgo was at the top of the list. And I can't say nothing, because at the top of my chart, I got Virgo and Sagittarius fighting neck and neck. So
they can fight neck and neck, but the Sagittarius always win.
I mean, I'm dope. I think I'm hot like fire. Wasn't that old Missy song? Was it Missy or Tweeter somebody hot like fire?
Hot like fire. Yeah. Juvenile wasn't.
Oh.
We on fire.
No, that was not it. That was it.
Hey, yeah, you already know that. That's what you're talking about.
Oh, that's okay. My bad. Let me get myself straight. But since we're talking about zodiacs, let's lead back in with that, because what are we? We in the second quarter? Yeah, it's April now, man. It's April.
Yeah. Absolutely. April what?
Second.
Yeah. It's time moving on.
Man, let me tell you something. I feel like I just woke up and it was January 1st, and it's April 2nd already. We are already in the second quarter of 2024.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, but to me though, I think when you start paying bills, that's when your life speed up anyway.
What?
Like, think about it. Think about when you were.
Man, you ain't never lied.
When you can think about the youngest you can remember, when you start remembering shit or keeping up with the memory, you was like, maybe I'm gonna go as young as 3, but really most people around 5, maybe 4. All right, you think about how long it took to get from 4 to 18. It seemed like it took forever. But from 18 to the early to mid 40s, it seemed like that shit happened in 5 years.
You're right. Because when I was young, I can't wait to be grown. I hate the day I told that lie. Because listen, if I could go back, I wouldn't be paying all these bills. I wouldn't be doing all this adulting. This shit is overrated. Well, and they lied to me. I feel like I was bamboozled.
See, I don't mind the adulting. The problem I have a problem with is adulting and it ain't foul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when these lapel come to be here for $600-700 a month, that ain't foul. The water company just to range off a few times a month. They tell you ass up $300-400.
Man, let me tell you something. These bills and these utilities been getting real disrespectful.
Oh, they see it.
If I could go back, baby, if I could go back, you feel what I'm saying? Listen, but I feel like because we're Sagittarius, I think we're a little bit more equipped than others. So one of the things I've continued to hear about us is that we the trauma sign of the zodiac.
I can't relate to the
man.
side of it.
They've been tearing their asses up when I look at these charts and all these readings and stuff. We are supposed to be the trauma sign, meaning we the ones that's gonna go through all the shit, the parent trauma, the child trauma, the relationship, all the things. But it makes us who we are, which is why we're so amazing and we're so adept at life and so able to rise above and be loving and giving the way that we are, because we've seen the worst of the worst, experienced the ugly things, and most of us say, I don't want to do that, I don't want to be that, so we choose different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, I can't disagree with you on that. So you want them Sagittarius, all the stuff you just described?
Man, listen, I feel like life whooped my ass. You hear me?
No, see,
I can't even lie. But I'm here.
See, I'm questioning
and I'm amazing.
I'm questioning your Sagittarius.
You ain't trying to pull my card, is you?
Yeah, you talking about they didn't kick your ass. We don't take no ass with them.
Man, life kicked my ass.
Take a punches to, but
now I got up and I threw them blows back.
We didn't fall. We ran backwards a couple steps to gather ourselves. We don't fall.
And we recalibrated.
I
give you that one.
That's right.
I give you that one. Yeah, I give you that one.
Sit up straight, goddamn. Sagittarius.
Roll my shoulders back. You know
let the rest of these little signs here. Not all that nonsense.
All that nonsense.
Yeah, you're tuned in to the SIP podcast. Thanks for tuning in right now with Miss J Bay, aka Miss Jasmine, and comedian man. Hey, now back to you, Jay.
Well, I was gonna say, go ahead and kick it off because I'm making sure we get it shared out. Tell them who you are, what you do, and before we get too deep into it, what shows do you have coming up? What shows do you have coming up?
Well, I have been in Mac enough too. I got us on Sunday at 6:30. It be some comedy, yeah.
Hey.
Then we in Houston 5. Start on the 12-6. If it ain't broken, I will fix it on 24/7.
Hey.
Down in Enterprise. Hey.
Yeah.
Go to the website 9. Benny Mac 205. Yeah.
All right, now.
Benny Mac. Make sure you come check out them shows. And they are definitely entertainment, the best independent talent in the country. Right here in the beautiful Magic City, Birmingham. And back to you, Jay.
Hey, you slid that on in there. That was dope. That was dope.
I'm Sagittarius.
I mean, I can't top that. But that was dope as hell.
You can't say you gonna talk down again.
Not talking down.
Supposed to be like,
gonna do it differently.
You supposed to say, I mean, that was fine, but watch this.
That was fine. No, see, this ain't one of them battles where somebody get ate up and they still be trying to talk shit. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. But what I will say is I am J Bay, also known as Jasmine, also known as the Healing One, owner of I Am Healing One. And what we do is all things wellness and spirituality and mental health. So in a nutshell, we are really here to help you to thrive. All right. So I love how you slid that little R&B, that little R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? I was with you with the 12 play. So
what do we say his name is?
12 play.
No, what say his name is?
R. Kelly.
No, it's Aura.
Aura.
That's right.
Oh, is it Kale?
No,
which one is it?
Aura Kelly. But to the older folks, the name is Robert.
Oh, we going old.
It's Robert Kelly. Yeah, all right. Aura.
All right. Aura Kelly with the 12 play. That was dope. That was dope. And, to bring that final fire to this before we segue, all I'm going to say is we the best of the best. We do it like nobody else does. All right, then. So if you need mental health support, crystal help, metaphysical, ritual work, and just spiritual support or wellness coaching, get at us and we got you. We try to normalize the healing topics, create safe space for you to thrive and get to know yourself, because more than anything, that's what matters most. Now, with that, let's jump back into the conversation for Zodiac.
Okay.
So I'm curious to know what you think with I'm curious.
Yeah, you just got a good camera. That's all. I'm just
hey,
shout out to J Bay. She has a great laptop. I'm talking about she flips it open so perfectly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, kind sir. I'm curious to know what you think with all of this going on, because right now we just had a major full moon happening. We are getting ready to go into an intense eclipse energy as well. And again, this is not my expertise, y'all. I'm deep diving so I can understand me, but it is helping me relate to people better, right? So I'm curious on what you think. What are you noticing with your clients coming into the barbershop, with the conversations that you're having right now? Is there anything happening amongst the signs
I think
that's really leaping out?
I think it's a spiritual awakening for everybody.
I agree with
Now,
that.
how you take that awakening is going to be whether you want to be shook or you just want somebody to holler to you. So I think and it's going to be delivered in all ways. And I think the change that we're seeing in people is just it's time. We're in the age of Aquarius. You can't be sleep forever.
Ooh,
So, you know,
that.
I just think everybody's having a little experience in their own way, whether some are being quiet, some are being vocal, some are sharing what they're feeling, some are just sharing their experience. And yeah, I see it all around.
I think that's honestly the thing that a lot of people are fighting, and the reason why so many of us are going through so much trauma right now is a lot of us didn't have these conversations when we were growing up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have safe space to talk through religious beliefs that differed from those that we love, parents, caregivers, etc. We didn't have safe space to talk through and deep dive into what made sense for us. It was toe this line, shut the fuck up, and be still and be quiet. You know what I mean?
Well, I think they, you know, just to be fair, I think they were speaking from what they knew.
Very true.
Yeah,
But there
you
wasn't a
know,
lot of room to differ from that.
well, I mean, it would because you got to think about it. If right now we stayed in a town called Town, little town,
Okay.
you know, it's about 2,000-3,000 people in the town, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The next town close to us is maybe 150 miles away. So we still on horses. We still doing things what they call primitive, but we doing things manually. I say that's probably a better word. We're doing things manually. We ride horses, we walking, we riding bikes, we milking cows, we doing all this. You know, we doing the whole nine. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So when somebody do come around and be like, hey, what y'all out here doing, man? You got outside toilets, you got all this shit right here. Yeah, you know, man, the dude got a toilet that skeet the water on you, dude, and all that. And,
the bidets.
You know, or that's what they call
The
it. Oh, I
bidet.
thought they called it Duke ski. Yeah, it's like shit, you know, we got this, we got this, you can go to the grocery store. Yes, people hear you, but it's almost like, shit, man, my mama got a new horse. And that bitch black. And it's fast. You know, that's all you can speak on. And even when somebody introduces it to you, it'll take time to take away the indoctrination that you've been dealing with because it's almost like ain't none of it true. So when you think about religion, and some religions, all of them got a lot of similarities, whether people believe it or not. But a lot of that stuff was people, they dared you to say anything about anything else outside of what you read. So you think about the fear net, you think about everybody pushing the same message, and then the few folks that wasn't push the message, man, that motherfucker crazy, man. Who, Jay, man, that motherfucker, the little hair there, that motherfucker crazy, man. I'm talking about for real, like she's good people, but that motherfucker crazy. Yeah. Because you're doing something different. Yeah. And then as time went on, going back to the spiritual awakening, as time went on, that message started coming down the hill like an avalanche. Got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now you starting to hear more and more. That's why I say I think it's just a time of awakening for everybody, all signs. I just think that it's gonna scare some folk because that awakening is gonna be so loud. Everybody gonna hear it. You know.
I think it's coming to a point where we're not gonna have a choice.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be so loud, it's gonna scare a lot of people. Like now, you know, going back to what you were saying about the eclipse coming up on the 8th, right? They talking about a whole bunch of cataclysmic shit. Yeah. But what I know in this realm that we in is that pretty much everything we've been taught is just the opposite of what it really means. Kind of like when everybody said 666 was the number of the devil. Yeah. All right, but for the people that don't know, that's the number of man. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. That's what we're made up of. You know, and it's a little bit deeper than that, but I ain't gonna make a podcast about that. But that's what it meant. But they was taught that it was all bad, but it wasn't. Even the swastika, we was taught that it was bad. You know, so basically what I'm saying, the experience we finna see now, a lot of people finna see a lot of this stuff clear. Yeah. You're gonna be able to see it. There's no more veils and shit out there. But everything that we was taught, a lot of it is just the opposite.
I agree with you. But here's where I look at it and I think, where's personal accountability? Because I do agree with you that, back years ago, generations ago, there was a fear, there was a true concern of safety. We do have a lot more freedom with social media. We do have a lot more freedom subjectively in society. So there is the ability to talk a little bit more about our differing opinions, to challenge things, to research, to get access to information. But that being said, one of the reasons that there's such a divide and some people are so knowledgeable and some of us aren't, was because even if it wasn't shared openly, there were still certain families that passed it down orally. There were still certain communities that passed it down orally. And a lot of us got cut off from that. And now we're getting access to that, which is where some of this awakening is coming from, because we're getting access to the wisdom that we should have always had. We're just tapping back in, right? Now the question of accountability comes in, because I think some people just don't want to do the work. Some people don't know how to do the work. Some people are afraid to do the work. Going back to what you said as well, if we've always had a thing this way and this thing comes over here like, hey, a lot of people gonna be like, I don't know you, and they're gonna back up and get nervous and get scared. So that's why I asked what you were noticing in the barbershop, because what I'm noticing as I'm engaging with people is that there is a forceful awakening happening. It's no longer peaceful of, hey, ask your questions, pray about it. Like we've always had people having nervous breakdowns, quote unquote, but it's happening more. I think people's psyches are just fracturing because it cannot hold the pressure of the lie anymore. It can't hold the pressure of, I really believe this thing, but I'm going to operate here because this is what makes sense for this group or this community that I choose to exist in. And so people are literally buckling up under that pressure. Yeah. And it's looking like psychosis or mental illness or medical challenges, because our bodies are buckling under the pressure. Our minds are buckling under the pressure. And then we don't have oftentimes the right people around us to hold safe space to talk through it. People that are going to therapy may not get the right therapist the first time, and they don't know that, hey, you need to be interviewing therapists the same way you interview other people. Yeah. And if it's not a right fit, you need to pack it on up and go to the next person. And so we force ourselves to stay in places that continue to harm us and hurt us, which even deepens that divide.
It's not me, folks.
I'm sorry, y'all.
All right, take two.
Oh my God, take two. My bad. I'm so sorry. That just caught me off guard. It caught me off guard, my bad. Okay, take two. And here we go. So yeah, the divide is deepening. The division is causing people to isolate. And I think that, I know for me, what I'm noticing is that certain energies are being put around me more consistently. So what I noticed in the past 2 to 3 years, more water energy was coming around me, more earth energy was coming around me in the zodiac signs to help me ground my fire, because my fire can tend to get really intense and start to burn shit up. You know what I'm saying?
You got electrical gas.
Both.
Both?
Both.
The electric, you can kind of maneuver it. You get a hot towel, you stop it. But that fire, that flame,
man, I have been in mid conversation with people. This happened to me for real about a month ago. I was in mid conversation with a friend of mine, and I was talking about some things that were just weighing heavy on me. And I literally stopped and said, I gotta go, and hung up the phone because I felt it rising. And I texted her and I said, hey, didn't want to be rude, but I felt that fire coming. I didn't want to burn you or myself, because even though we're talking metaphorically and energetically, it's still real and it has a touch point, and it still causes physical changes and interactions with people we engage with. So I know for me that water energy and that earth energy has been coming up a lot as far as clients, friends, everybody that is really being drawn into my inner circles to help me balance that fire. Because if not, it burns and it burns and it just gets bigger and crazier. And so I need help sometimes to bring it back into stability. That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it.
No, I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm just being attentive.
You good? That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it, y'all. I'm sticking to it.
I think it's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing all these changes. You know, especially for
work in progress.
Yeah, but the thing is, unfortunately, when a time like this come around, it's gonna be challenging mentally for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because the norm you always knew, the bullshit that you believe is gonna be made to be a lie.
Ooh.
And that's gonna be hard for people to deal with. And unfortunately, a lot of people still gonna I ain't gonna say a lie. I'm gonna keep the word some. Some people gonna hold on to that.
To the very end.
Yeah. Even though
your last breath.
Because they don't want to be made out to be a lie. You know, you don't want to sit here and say, man, you remember I told you in 2001 this shit was going, and you just didn't believe. You chose willful ignorance. You chose to be like, no, I'm just gonna ride with it. Can't do that. Can't do that. When you run across something, and some biblical speakings, you know, saying that it kind of teach you to not question.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it'll tell you, seeking ye shall find, asking it to be given to you. Matthew 7:7 will tell you that too. That's a couple scriptures. It'll tell you that too. And it'll also tell you, you know, study to show thyself approved.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they lean on, like when they holler, don't question God, I think people pick and choose what they want to get out of there. And that's what they end up with.
Well, and again, people, I think a lot of decisions are still being made from insecurity and fear. And insecurity is dangerous as fuck.
Yep.
You know, an insecure person will turn on you, will be malicious.
Yeah.
Because they're operating from a place of quote unquote survival. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we were talking a little bit ago, like you know, with fighting and all of that, and most people are gonna go into survival mode. If I gotta choose, I'm gonna choose me every day. But insecurity will push a person to that when there's no need for that. And it will have them lashing out. And so when I look at how people are acting and carrying themselves a lot of times, I really have to remind myself, you know what? Fall back, let it go. Because I have to recognize that person's operating out of an energy that I don't want to exist in. And that experience that they're trying to create, I don't need to be co-creating with them. I need to back on up, going about my business and keep it moving so that I don't get caught up in the fuckery with them. As one of my friends used to say, that's that fuckery and that foolery. And we have choices. We all have choices. So I go back to accountability with everything that's happening right now, with the spiritual awakenings, with the emotional awakenings. We all have accountability on whether we're going to lean in and listen to that inner voice or whether we're going to continue to ignore it out of a perception of safety, because we're not really safe. The things that we keep ourselves in still hurt. But we hold on because it's normal to us. It's comfortable because it's known.
Let's see, that's why I say it's gonna be tough when it boils down to that eclipse. You know, a lot of people say there's gonna be a lot of cataclysmic things. A lot of people say there's gonna be just all type bad energy around, all type stuff happening. Storms, hurricanes, tornadoes. You know what I'm saying? Riders, biting folks, all kind of shit. It's gonna be all that. But thing is, it's just yeah, but the thing is like, to me, I just don't buy into none of that stuff. Because I feel like this. One of the biggest myths that was put on us was about being scared to die. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why from my perspective. It's because that's the inevitable anyway. Like, you already know when you get to this hole, you know one day, sooner than later, or later than sooner, there's only two options. You're going to leave here.
Yeah.
You may leave at 2 years old, 20 years old, 40 years old, 90 years old, 110 years old, but you're going to leave.
Yeah.
And in the killing part, nobody knows when you're going to die, unless you got put on death row. Now, you got put on death row. Now, they know that date.
You got a date inside.
But even then, it can be appealed.
Yeah.
So it's like you really don't know the date or the time. So to have people worrying about dying, it causes a lot of people to not fulfill their missions on why they're here, because they so worried about what might happen. But a lot of time, you know, I think that's why you got a warrior class of people. You got thinkers, you got all type stuff. But you also got weak motherfuckers too. So, but a lot of that's equated to fear.
Mm.
That's like the number one cause of failure is fear.
I agree with you on that.
And with that being said, I really be feeling sorry for the people who don't take advantage of the thoughts and the ideas that come to their mind, because I feel like that should be for you. Like if someone told me to do something now, a lot of times I follow my first mind. The second mind be to guess you, be to make you kind of fuck up.
Yeah. And we miss out on opportunities. You said something though. The weaker people, the warrior type energy. And it's interesting to me. I've often had to kind of keep this internal dialogue with myself. I am an inherently strong person, right? Like mentally, physically. I was having a conversation with a trainer recently. He said, "You're a naturally strong, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, why you say that?" He said, "You're a fire energy." I said, "Yeah." And I thought about that, and that really was true. Like I remember in high school, 10th grade, when we had gym class, I was bench pressing 200, leg pressing 400. And that
you got somebody to verify that story. Cause you just throw 200 out there, just like, see, I just throw the money about 200. All right, we're gonna have to. Oh, we need to
now keep in mind, I grew up around with boy cousins.
That don't mean you have to live no 200 pounds.
No, but it was true though. But I grew up around boy cousins, so we grew up watching WWF, WCW, all the wrestling shows. Both my cousins were over. Actually, all three of my cousins were over 6 feet, so they were clotheslining me and helicoptering and dropping me. I had to learn real quick to fight the hell back and build up my strength, right? Because I had to be equal. But I remember that being a common theme through my life, mentally having the fortitude to deal with other things that people couldn't deal with. You get what I'm saying? Mentally, being able to show up when other people were tapping out, physically I remember some girlfriends of mine were moving years ago. And, I've been very open about the fact that I have back issues and spinal issues from a car accident. But I remember years ago, some girlfriends of mine were moving, and the day of, everybody flaked. And I'm like, y'all got shit to do. Let's get it. So I literally pulled out my back brace and we got to it. And they lived upstairs. And, she came to me and she was like, "Jay, thank you, because I really can't ask you to do this, but we couldn't have done this without you." And I was like, "Listen, it got to get done." And I think one, that is the mindset of a fire sign. Two, that is the mindset of a Sagittarius. We're going to always figure it out. We're going to always show up and get it done.
Or at least look like we
Or at least look like it, right? But I think some of us, no matter the zodiac or whatever, we are inherently stronger. It is a warrior type archetype or energy.
Cool.
Every day, all day.
What's a warrior stand? You got a warrior stand?
Tell y'all all that.
Yeah, but
but
they can be seen with you just standing up, right? That's how you stand up. Stand up. The crowd wants to see.
No.
Seal. You're gonna seal. Seal. Power.
No.
Ain't the people power.
No.
All you gotta do is just stand up.
No.
Just stand up.
Some secrets you don't give away.
They don't see when you stand up, your feet gonna go in. They're gonna go out. Or you gonna be bow legged. One of the three. Oh, okay, hold up. Ooh. She's a warrior. She's a goddamn warrior. Jay Bay's a goddamn warrior. She's a warrior.
But real talk, like, I think there are some of us, whether it's through genetics, whether it's through energetic memory, whether it's through intentional design coming into these bodies, there are some of us that are just more in tune with that warrior energy. You know what I'm saying? And I have to have a dialogue with myself sometimes, because I find myself slipping into a place of judgment, and I catch it and I'm like, "Ooh, no, that ain't good. Back up from that." Because I'll look at people, I'm like, "Damn, you weak as fuck." And I don't like thinking like that. And I'm listening.
Yeah. Tell you how to solve
I'm listening.
Fellows fire signs.
Let's go.
Because it's only what? 3, 4, 5 signs? 4. Okay, I will close. Wait. I think it's 3 or 4, but I want to say it's 3.
3. It's 3 because it's 4 in each sign.
All right, can you name them?
Fire signs?
Yeah.
Okay. Sagittarius, Capricorn, and
oh no, Capricorn is the fire sign. Hold on. I'm just gonna. Now we're gonna have to go.
Now you're confusing me. Wait a minute.
I think it's Sagittarius, Leo.
Leo's one.
Hold on. Sagittarius, Leo.
I thought Capricorn was the last one. Now you got me confused. I gotta look it up.
Let me see. Name all the fire signs.
This is bad.
Exactly. That's what I thought. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius.
Fuck, I forgot all about Aries. I be trying to get Capricorn
but I
credit.
remember Leo.
Yeah.
So when you said Capricorn, I already knew all that shit.
I forget about Aries every time though. They on my fuck shit list.
That one they fine. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe for the female side, they may be rough on you, but I ain't gonna lie, them Aries, they nice.
They cool. I'm gonna have to meet some better ones then, cause all the ones I done met, they just full of shit. But it's not the whole sign, y'all. I do understand. Wait, Jason said, what is a Libra? Wait a minute. Isn't it Libra? Jason, isn't it Libra?
Libra, I don't know what my sister.
I think Libra is Earth.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me see.
Libra is either Earth or air.
Libra.
They all start to mix up in my head after a while. This is why I said this is not my expertise, y'all. I'll be having it's the 7th zodiacal sign. Let's see. Is it air?
Yeah. Yep. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are air. Water is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Earth is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Yeah. 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 Okay, now back to you, Jay, man. Oh yeah, man. You just don't know.
Well, you were. Let's get into that though. Let's get into it. What's going on? What they do to you?
Well, they really do that to me because I'm fat. So but the difficulty sometimes dealing with them is what makes it so like unpleasant.
Are we talking about Virgos?
Yeah, we're talking about Virgos. Okay. Specific at this point. I think they good overall once they can get outside of themselves. When they can start accepting advice, accepting being able to get a little tutelage from people and stuff like that. Cause I want to do it myself and be fucking up. Like I said, they ain't bad now. I ain't gonna shit on them, but they can be a little difficult because of how they view things. Their perception of things sometimes can be a little off. But as a fire sign, it ain't really bothering me. But it'd be frustrating because they can do so much better. And that ain't shit on them. They're just being foul. And most folks don't want to hear it that way, but it's true.
I mean, that's true.
It's true.
I know one of my besties for a long time is a Taurus. One is a Gemini, and she was probably the only good Aries I'll say that I knew. I think she was the Aries. And maybe she was either a Pisces or an Aries. But I'll say I haven't had a lot of good dealings with Aries. They just weird as fuck to me. I don't know. Maybe I just don't engage with them well.
All right, well, let me ask you this before we go too far.
Okay.
Do you feel like, far as on how the signs align, do you think it's different for a female or a male?
Yes.
Okay, well that might be it because I know, like for me, Aries, high five. I can give him a high five.
I get you.
For real.
It's crazy because a lot of people think Geminis are crazy as hell and just weird as fuck. But I love Geminis. Like I've never had any real bad experiences with them.
See, really, honestly, I think I honestly don't see how it's hard for any sign to not be able to get along with Sagittarius.
I agree because I think we're dope as hell.
No, I don't think. I knew
it. Jason, tell us what you think. If y'all are watching live, tell us what you think. Hop into the comments. If you guys are trying to comment on the YouTube, let me throw that disclaimer out there. If you're trying to comment on the YouTube video, make sure that you click all the way into the actual YouTube channel and into the video. Some of you guys, I think, are getting stuck in that little cyber middle space, and that's why you haven't been able to comment for those that have been messaging me and telling me that. So click all the way through, and then we should be able to see your comments. You see that little box open up, and you should be able to type in it to leave your comments so that we can see them. That being said, Jason, you're on here with a spell check. Did it? I got you. We knew it was Libra. What you think about this? I do also have some questions I'm gonna put up here. What is the zodiac sign that has given you the most hell? Or what is the zodiac sign that you have given the most hell to? I would say that the worst experience I've ever had with a Zodiac is probably an Aquarius. They on my no-fly zone. Like, never fucking again. You can't ever pay me. Not enough money. The devil is a lie.
Because you keep hollering, what ain't gonna happen?
Satan, I rebuke you. Not so. Leo has been one of my best experiences and my worst, but I think that's just because fire, and depending on how you sit in your energy, you know what I'm saying? Fire can be amazing together. We can also kill each other. And then I would say after that would be Cancer. And then what is the sign? What is the sign for August? Virgo. I didn't realize he was a Virgo. Okay, that's interesting. I would say Virgo and Cancer has also been great relationship experiences.
Yeah, I think every sign got his, what did he say, got his match. I just think that, how can I put this? I think that it's a little tougher when you outside of your selected celestial entity that you're supposed to be with.
I agree with that.
I think that you can make anything work. Cause like I said, as a Sagittarius, I think that I can straighten out the toughest motherfucker. Goddamn it! If I had to, goddamn it.
Well, you can cook a man with fire. You can cook your food with fire. You know, we dope.
But the only thing about that though is sometimes that fire just be a little too hot for some.
Yeah.
If you operating at 100% of your Sagittarius spirit, you will almost be unhandleable.
That's why they call us terrorists.
To most. Now with a Leo, with an Aries, that fire gonna be so fiery now, somebody gonna turn that shit down. You may not necessarily bang down, but you almost know this is a fight. We're gonna have to fight.
Yeah.
The other little signs, you been kicking them out in the ass and not the hell they in, so it be all right. But yeah. But we can.
That's what they call us terrorists. I think most of them cannot endure the flame. Right? Fire is a beautiful thing. It can destroy, it can tear down, it can build, it can heal, it can cleanse, it can rejuvenate, it can cook. Right? And so that's why I use the example. We can cook a man, we can heal a man with fire, we can warm a man with fire. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking in general terms like human beings.
So what about him?
I think
you cool a nigga off with air.
We can cool a nigga off with air.
You blow air in the nigga face with air. You can blow a nigga over with air.
I think all the signs have beauty, but I think we're dopey. You know
hey, you have no rebuttal.
I think we're the dopest. But I don't typically deal with a lot of air people in my close circles. I can deal with them, but not in my close circles, because what I notice is if they are not grounded in themselves, my fire is just too hot. You know what I'm saying? And it starts to feel suffocating for them. So that's why I said I've learned in the past 3 years or so that water and earth are the strongest around me that can sustain themselves the easiest, because earth grounds me and water cools me. But I can also heat water up. I can also move the earth as needed. It ebbs and flows a little bit easier. But I think that comes down to also the other placements in your charts, because we're talking about sun signs mainly. But you got your moon and you got all these other houses and planets and all this other stuff that makes it so intricate for each of us. You know what I'm saying? And I think the deeper that we dig into understanding our zodiac, and that's just one way to understand yourself, but I think the deeper that we dig into that information to understand ourselves, it can only be helpful. Like me, when I look through my charts and I'm digging deeper, I can literally look through my chart and see all the places and all the spaces in my life when I was not embodying this energy. And then the more I leaned into it and have accepted and embraced like this true power that I am, I can see that trajectory through my life as well, and how things began to get easier and more normalized the way that I needed them to.
Okay, so at what age do you feel like you connected and accepted all the aspects about you?
Oh, that was recent. I started the process, man. No shame at all. I started when I was 30, really deep diving. But there was also a lot of trauma that I had to work through and heal. And there was also a lot of mistrust of myself. You know what I'm saying? So I had to work through those processes, and I would, I would shy away from it, get back, shy away from it, get back. It was a process. But I really, in 2020, in 2019, it's 39. Yeah. I said, fuck it. Like, I'm no holds bar. I'm deep diving all the way in. And I began to create that intimacy with myself, to learn, to listen, and to feel. And really, last in 2020, when I almost died, that was the thing that woke me up the most. I've never feared death. Even from a young age, I just always understood it serves a purpose. But
you don't have a little feeling when something happens.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
You ain't be scared. No, I'm just
like I've always been that one. Like, when I get a phone call with somebody saying, "Hey, so and so passed," I've always known it before I got the call.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
And even when I used to do hospice care, I was always the one that would have to, with my clients, I would call the family and say, "Okay, I think you might want to go ahead and come home. Might not want to go to work today." And then typically within 12 to 24 hours, it was done. So I've never feared death. But in 2020, when I almost died, there was a fear that I would leave and not have done the things that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what actually made me fight to live. Like, literally was fighting to live, because I knew I haven't done all the things I wanted to do. Fuck what I needed to do for other people. Like, there was just this burning desire that I haven't done all the things I wanted to do for me, to leave the mark on the world that I wanted to leave, to cultivate the legacy that I wanted to leave, to impact the people that I love. You know what I'm saying? And to create the memories that I wanted to experience. So that's what made me fight hard to stay here. And then last year, just rejuvenating myself in the pandemic and all the emotional stuff that brought up, and that worldwide fuck show of an experience, I just dedicated to saying, I don't give a damn, I don't give a fuck. Like, that just became my mindset. I'm embracing me wholeheartedly. You can either get with the program or get out my face. And I meant that as far as relationship, friend, business, client, like, anybody could get it, and everything was equal opportunity of either you're going to rise up to the occasion with me to experience life in this level that I'm trying to create for myself, or you just get removed. Like, no apology, no explanation. It's just going to be done. And stepping into that, I see the trajectory of how everything changed again. And it was really just me letting that fire rage and get loose. But now also learning how to contain it in the ways that I need to, in order for it to be most fruitful and beneficial. Because if we don't contain it, it will destroy us from the inside out.
So you think you ain't got fire by now? Yeah, I'm talking like righteous fire.
Man.
Okay.
I can make my flames dance on my candles again. Okay, that was cool. Okay. Super. You know, that was.
They made no flame dance about 10 years.
Man, that was my test for myself, because when I was really out of touch with myself, I couldn't do it. So, like, I started getting candles again and practicing. And when I could make my flames dance to the beat or whatever I was doing, that's when I knew I had tapped back in. So yeah, we dope as hell.
Well,
I'm just like,
all right. So what do you think about? I guess let's go through the signs.
Let's go.
Right. What about? Let me see where I want to start at. In Aquarius, what are some of the traits of an Aquarius that you know of?
They're very analytical, very logical, very cognitive. They are head driven more so than they are heart driven, like some of the other signs. They are diabolical as fuck.
Diabolical, that's a hard word though.
Bitches are the devil incarnate when they want to be. But I think it's because when they get hurt, they go straight for the kill. Whereas, a lot of times if we're leading with the heart, we try to operate in compassion and say, okay, let me look at this with some empathies. What I have experienced with Aquarius, when they are hurt, that's it. And they could be the one in the wrong, but if they feelings hurt, they going for the throat.
Yeah. Let me see.
So Aquarius brings out the worst in me, and I bring out the worst in them.
Now, let me see my experience with Aquarius. So I be thinking about the signs because in my mid to late 20s, I started fumbling around with these horoscopes and these signs and all that.
Yeah.
And from my knowledge, in Aquarius, they overall they cool. Cause like I said, I'm fat, so they can do whatever they want to do, and they still get their ass skin up. I think the Aquarius, they were cool, but they tend to do a little overthinking. And I think when people overthink things, it almost never be right, especially if they standing strong on what they said. So it was like a new one, and she was cool, great person. But boy, it just got to a point. It was like, look, man, I don't even want to debate about this shit you don't know nothing about. Cause I'm like, I ain't saying it on no. You saying it because you trying to win. I'm saying it because I know, and it'll still be a debate, even if that joker didn't know.
That's why I said they are diabolical as fuck. Like they can be dead ass wrong, and they gonna still make you the culprit, and then try to fuck you over because they're wrong. And what I have seen about the Aquarius men, they lack accountability. And so that lack of accountability makes them want to hold you accountable and make you the wrong person. So they want to blame you for their hurt feelings and their issues instead of, digging deep. Back to the comments for 1 second. Jason said, female Leos. What the Leos did to you? They crazy, Jason. Female Leos. Okay. What they do to you? Hey, Gloria.
Yeah, talk about it. I want to hear what a female, say Leo.
Female Leos. What they did to you, bro?
What up, Jason?
Yeah. And then Jason said, what the hell, you making flames dance? Yes. So so listen, everything is energy. This quick science lesson, everything is energy. We can move energy, we can dominate energy and multiply and manipulate energy because we're energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And so when we intentionally connect energetically to something, we have the ability to control how it reacts and responds. So that's how I make flames dance. But yeah, tell us what happened, Gloria. If you're just coming on with us, who has been the craziest zodiac sign that you've engaged with, or what's the craziest zodiac sign that you've engaged with? Who gave you hell, or who did you give hell? Like, talk to us. Tell us what y'all got coming on in the comments. But you were saying Aquarius has been cool for you, other than a little crazy.
I mean, I think all of them got a little taint of crazy. But I think some signs have it a little more. Cause like I said, I'm standing on with that Virgo shit.
I keep hearing, man, y'all be tearing Virgos up.
I mean, but the thing is, it ain't that at the time that I couldn't deal with it. It was just that some stuff be like, man, I ain't got time for that shit.
I feel you.
It's almost like you keep digging a hole, and every time you scoop 2 loads out, a load and a half fall back in there. It's like they gonna keep up some shit. Now, I'm telling you, they gonna keep up some shit.
You know what though? I can't even. That's how I feel about Aquarius. I feel like they be on that fuck shit. There's no accountability. There's no autonomy, and so they lash out in order to cover up their own insecurities and make you the fall guy. And it's like, no, I ain't got time for that. That's just some shit. We ain't doing it. Get somebody else to do it.
It's crazy.
But that being said, that doesn't mean that it's all of them. That doesn't mean that it's everybody.
Most of them.
I think most of them. But and we have to understand that it's different between the men and the women. Like in our sign, Sagittarius, the men are supposed to be the toxic ones.
Really?
Yes.
No.
That man, y'all be out there.
All women hard headed, but not us fellas. Because I mean, the Lord ain't put us in like that.
But real talk. So the men are supposed to be the toxic ones in Sagittarius, but most people refer to Sagittarius as Sagittarius because they say we terrorize people emotionally.
Oh, so did a dude say that to you? Did he tell that to you, or you? No, I'm trying to see how it went. You know what I'm saying? Was that said to a woman then, since you won't take yourself out of it? Was that statement made to a woman?
No, but in all fairness, that has been said to me throughout my
so it's the women's side. The guys, we are the most reasonable of the signs.
Yeah.
And I know there can be 4 people coming here with pistols, shotguns, an AK, and chopping 2 grenades, and I can sit there and talk them down and sit down and have a drink with them and just be like, hey, man, now why would you guys want to do something like that? Look, put that shit up. Come on back here and get your cup, take your shot, and just talk about it. And the Sagittarius men, I know from the 4th, we're soft. But y'all women, y'all might be a little terroristic.
I mean,
cause I met a couple Sagittarius women. My wife, she's Sagittarius.
Okay.
She's terrorist.
And your mom.
Yeah, my mom, she's terrorist. My little sister, she's terrorist. Both of them were born on the 14th.
Oh wow.
I got an auntie, she's a terrorist. Well, I got a whole bunch of them. Let me see. Let me see. I got a nephew on the 2nd. I got a uncle on the 3rd. No, on the 2nd. My mom was on the 3rd, mine on the 4th. I got an auntie on the 11th, 2 sisters on the 14th, auntie on the 17th. My wife's on the 4th as well.
Okay.
I got a daughter on the 29th, but she's a Capricorn, so she kind of slid about it. She wasn't as fortunate. But there's a lot of them.
I got a lot of December Sagittarius around me. Like my mom is the 11th, one of my besties from college through the years was on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter, I think, was on the 18th. Several other people around me range between like the 10th and the 19th. So I had a lot of that December fire energy around me growing up and into my adulthood. But I go back to what I said before. I think that we're called terrorists emotionally because we sit to sit in our emotions. We sit into our thinking and process through before we talk. So by the time we said it, motherfucker, I meant what I said. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna stand on that shit and down that hill. Listen, if I said it, I motherfucking right, because we take the time to say no, I'm not gonna say that, and most times we'll walk away before trying to cause harm with our words. So if we get pushed to the point where we're saying it, we said it in good goddamn well minute because you deserved it. You know what I'm saying? And I think once we get to that point, all the filters come off. One of my psych professors years ago in college said, Jasmine, one of your biggest problems is you have tact, you choose not to use it. I was slightly low-key offended by that, but then I had to realize he was telling the truth. And what I learned for myself was he was telling the truth. I could flip that switch, baby. I'd be like, nope, you finna get all this. Or I could turn it back on, make it presentable, or I could walk away, right? But what would push me to the point of flipping that filter was I don't care enough about this or you to not say what I want to say. That's why we don't keep secrets. Because I've heard people say that we can't keep. No, we can. We're very good at keeping secrets. We're vaults. Right, we're very loyal. What we don't do is want to hold your secrets. We don't want that shit because it doesn't matter enough for us to take up the energy to have to lie for you. It doesn't matter enough to us most of the time to take up that emotional capacity and energy and stamina to hold on to some fuck shit that you're trying to do. So most times we're gonna be like, pause, keep it, and go about your damn business. So I go back to saying I think that our unabashed, unapologetic truth is why most people think that we're emotional terrorists. Plus, we are wanderlust. Most of us. Plus, we're wanderlust. Most of us crave freedom. Even if we're in a relationship, there's still a big part of us that always craves love you, love this, but I still want to be over here doing my own thing in my own space, enjoying me. You know what I'm saying? And that can be hard emotionally for people to balance because when we love, we love. Yeah. We are, most of us, I think, are romantic. Most of us are in tune. We connect with the people that we love, but there's still a very high craving for, okay, but I need this me time. And that has to exist outside of you. And I think other signs are a little bit better balanced with co-creating that. I know that's been a struggle for me that has been called to my attention quite often through the years, is that
let me tell you why.
I've been called disconnected. Why?
Let me tell you why. This is why. Fire sign.
I don't think I am.
A fire sign will, how can I put it? Let me see. Let me dig deep. A fire sign is kind of standoffish until they know you're a real connector. Because I don't want to have my fire around your paper and burn your shit up. Because I will burn your shit up.
Yeah.
So, but if you meet somebody that you truly, truly rock with, Oh, you shit. You turn 5 down. You turn a bit to 200. All that shit. You turn with you. Yeah, cause right now man is staying cremate.
Listen,
I burn up everything, but for the right situation, you'll wind all that shit down. Yeah. But it got to be worth it.
But I also what I recognize for me in love and in my friendship, I am loyal, and we are intense. You know what I'm saying? Like fire is hot. It's intense. Either you got it on low, medium, hot as hell, cremate. It doesn't matter, but it's still going to be intense. Fire inherently. And so when we love. And that intensity, I think, can overwhelm some people because they don't know how to take that genuine, unadulterated love. But at the same token, we can also be like, okay, but I'm still good right here. Yeah. I want you. I want this. And there's still me that exists outside of you. Whereas I used to see relationships where people be like, this is my bestie, and I just love being around him. And that shit would make me gag. Like, I mean, I understand wanting to enjoy time with people, and quality time is great. I love quality time, but goddamn, I still need some self. You know what I mean?
Well, see, but all I'm saying is the only thing, though, Jay, is all in how you feel about a person. Because if you do not like a motherfucker, I don't give a damn how they look, how they build,
that's true,
what they possess. Yeah, you're not gonna really rock with them. That's true. You're not gonna allow yourself. Now you may kick it with them from time to time when you want to be bothered with them, but somebody who you really rock with, shit, you'll live under their head like a pup or a cat. If you really rock with them, and you know it's genuine, you will.
I'm not saying that I don't like spending time with people. I do.
You gotta be with somebody who know how to control the temperature of your fat.
And I don't know, that might be it.
They got them too.
That might be it.
We lead on the pack and I'm a king.
Cause I feel like I communicate, but a lot of times, even when I feel like I'm communicating something to the people that I love, I end up still hearing from them at some point. I didn't know you was rocking with me like that. And it's like, but I said it. I in my mind, I'm telling you, but people still end up not picking that up from me.
Well, but I'm saying
I'm a work in progress.
You just ain't connecting with the right folk. See, like me. I ain't saying you ain't. You fine.
Like you like a brother to me, but do I tell you every day, Ben, I love you? You like a brother to me. I don't. But I feel like I communicate that enough that you know that.
But at the end of the signs, I know everything. The all know. I mean, because I see things on a different level.
I feel you, but like, that's because you're tuned into yourself.
See, if I was all the way single, I can run around here and be a tamer. I can be a straight up tamer. I'm talking about real life.
Have a whole little
woman tamer. Yeah. Okay. All the signs.
I love that for you.
And it ain't saying that I would want it for me, but I know how to tame and get them ready for where they're trying to go.
You gonna be the circus master?
I ain't gonna call him no clown. I ain't gonna say you said that's it. I said I'm gonna be a tamer. And I think as a tamer, you have to understand, first of all, what you're taming. You can never let your energy rise with the level of theirs because they are not equipped the way you are. So as a tamer, I would hear it all out, be like, okay, yeah, oh yeah. And they'd be fussing, then I'd just be like, turn that volume down, you know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, some of my day we ready. I'm checking. All right. I'm telling you, look, man, what the day is? Tuesday. Don't allow no Tuesday. Don't allow no Tuesday. You believe this?
Okay. All right. I'm tickled. I rocks with you though.
I'm telling you, I ain't bullshit. I be knowing I be talking about Jay.
I rocks with you though. On to the next side. Jason said, as a Libra, we don't give hell. So your side of that family get horny as fuck March. Wait a minute, what? Did I read? Okay, so your side of the family get horny as fuck. Yeah, help me understand that, Jason. Where we going with that one? Because I got a little lost. I don't know what that one was. Okay. Help me understand what we talking about. What we talking about? Bring it back. But next sign, we talked about Aquarius. We talked about us, Sagittarius.
Talk about them Cancers.
Cancers.
Yeah. What about them Cancers from your experience?
I've had some dope cancer people in my space, men and women. Cancers tend to be a sign that I can rock with. One, because they're water, and so um, again, that ebb and flow. I can heat them up. They can cool me as needed, and so as long as they are grounded within themselves and they are tuned into themselves, that seems to be a sign that I can rock with. I have a lot of clients that are cancer too, so that works well for me. What I know about them, they emotional as fuck, but most of them will deny it and be like, "I'm not emotional."
Oh yeah.
But what I have tended to,
I'm just waiting on that.
well, and they're called the nurturer or the mama of the zodiac signs, the mother of the zodiac signs, the men and the women, because they are very emotionally in tune. They're very astute, very intuitive, so they pick up on what other people feel really easily. I think though that sometimes the emotions skew because most of the cancers that I've known be like, I ain't emotional. And I'd be like, but what's that? I ain't emotional.
They ain't gonna say it like that.
Right. And that emotion, I think, skews how they view everything, and that perception gets knocked off. And so how they respond to things sometimes is inappropriate. And they're called the serial killers of the zodiac sign too, because cancers will like love you to death, is what I have heard and seen. I think when they love, and when they done with you, they done. They're like Sagittarius, and I think that's why I can rock with them so well, because they're like us in that respect. They're loyal, they're loving, they're kind and compassionate. But when they done, that shit's a rap. So I think that's why we can get along so well. With my clients, I noticed that most of them are drawn to me because they need my fire to rev them up some. In my friendships, I noticed that most of them are drawn to me because we share a lot of traits. Most cancers are as elusive as Sagittarius are. So we're hard to pin down and often misunderstood, which makes us relatable to one another. That's my take on that. I rocks with them.
Yeah, I'm cancer like that. I haven't had. I deal with a little of that sensitivity part, but I don't be mad at that because I know some people just so sensitive. I don't have nothing bad to say about the cancer.
Okay.
What about the Gemini? Now I've heard somebody say that they're two-faced.
Right. So Geminis are considered the two-faced of the zodiacs. Now, one of my besties is a Gemini. I have no problem with that. Like we rock hard. Now we've had our craziness, but for the most part, we rock hard together. And I think that the more we both heal, it makes it easier for us to understand one another and create that ebb and flow in the friendship, right? What I've learned about Geminis through the years is that two-faced nature allows them to pivot really easily in situations. They can go in and be observant. They can be the life of the party. They can be a fly on the wall, whether it's business, platonic relationship, or whatever. So they are observant and they see a lot, and they're really intuitive as well. They are loyal, I think, until they get their feelings hurt. Yeah. And then them bitches is diabolical. Yeah,
I don't have no experience with no Gemini. I know a couple fellas at Gemini, and they pretty cool.
I think the men are crazy as hell.
I ain't never, I guess, it was cool. But now, like I said, female Geminis never met any that I know of.
I've only had one bestie. I've had others around me. I don't tend to do well with them as clients. They're too wishy-washy for me as clients, I've noticed. But in personal space, if they're grounded and they're tuned into their own healing, we do work well together.
Okay.
Yep. I think they dope.
All right, so what about Capricorn?
I rocks with Capricorn.
See, I got two Capricorn. I got two daughters. Both of them
Capricorns. I rocks with Capricorns. Like, I've dated a Capricorn. He was dope as fuck. I think that they can be dangerous with Sagittarius, though. So
why is that? Well, first I got two questions. One, he was dope as fuck. Why you let him go? And two, why they can be dangerous as fuck with the Sagittarius?
Why did I let him go? I think it just wasn't good timing.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I have no complaints. He was dope as fuck, but it wasn't good timing. And I had like one thing I say about us as Sagittarius, and I think you and I talked about this on a previous episode, is like when we get zoned in on things, like once we've designed our goals and our intentions, that tunnel vision, and it's hard to pull us away from that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it hard to have balance sometimes. And so that's what I was battling with dating him. why we are dangerous together. So y'all know Mike, Kiana and Mike, that are sometimes our guest co-hosts. Mike's a Capricorn. Love me some Mike and Kiana. And y'all, if y'all go back and watch some of the previous episodes, you'll see like Kiana, we wig her out every time when we get talking about shit, and she'd be like, y'all crazy as hell. And I think that's why we can be dangerous together. I think Sagittarius and Capricorn relate so well. Kiana's a Virgo.
I don't know about the Virgo Capricorn thing, but the Virgo.
So I think Capricorn and Sagittarius, I don't have a lot of problems with Virgo. I like a Virgo. But I think Sagittarius and Capricorn are dangerous because we are both so intellectual and both so intense as personalities that if you put a Sagittarius and a Capricorn together, we probably kill everybody if the right circumstances presented themselves.
Oh,
because that dangerous. Because it's like we are now. I think Sagittarius can be kind of diabolical. Like once you hurt our feelings and we take all the intellect that we've gathered, all the facts and data, man, right? So you put those two signs together, because what I know of Capricorn, they are really good in business. They're really good at making money. They're really creative, really good with their hands, artistic. They're intuitive. What I've known about most of the Capricorns that I have met, they their gifts, their spiritual gifts tend to show up in knowing, like tuning in, you know. But when you put that with Sagittarius, like Mike and I always joke a lot, be like, that's why you need a Dexter basement. That shit is real. You know, like, you can get there.
Get there with the right person.
So them two signs together, we could save the world or we could destroy the world together.
Yeah.
That's my take on that.
Yeah. All right. So what about what's another sign? Leo.
Oh my God.
Leo.
You know.
I started off, I think Leo's great. Never had a problem with a Leo. Period. Because most fire signs, if they smart, they recognize it. And a lot of times it ain't gonna be no smoke.
My longest lasting relationship has been with a Leo. And when we were good, we were good. Yep. When we were bad, we were bad. Like that fire on fire.
Yeah, that's a scary thing,
because somebody has to humble. And Sagittarius women are just as stubborn as the Sagittarius men.
They're no stubborn.
And so and like I'm that person, like if you try to back me down, I'm not gonna move. It just no.
It depends on the right Sagittarius. That's
maybe.
You need a timer.
No. No.
Yeah, you need a timer.
So it's like when we argue, we had to put parameters in place. Like we designed rules on how we would debate, how we would argue to keep us both emotionally safe. And that worked. You know what I'm saying? But that fire can still get overwhelming and too intense and burn each other, even when we don't, because Leos love hard too. But Leos operate them. Woo, God, the ego. The ego.
You don't think that's the same for all fire signs though?
No.
I don't know.
I think Sagittarius
I got to respectfully disagree with you.
I think Sagittarius are way more humble than we could be. Like we bad as fuck, but most times we do operate with humility. Leos, they got to be the center of attention, even when they be like, "No, I don't care." Yes, they do. They are mad when they are not the center of attention.
I think all fire signs like that because they know they back. Now, I think some volume is turning down a little lower than others, but I believe all of them fire signs carry that trait because it's almost like when you know you're intelligent, you know you can fight, you know you can argue with motherfucker Sigmund Freud, you know you can, you know what I'm saying? That carry a different level of.
Do
it carry a different level of what?
It do.
That's just like
but I think we still tend to operate in a little bit more humility than them Leos.
You're supposed to feel that way. I think we equal on that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they dope though, because every Leo I know, they're creative, especially with their hands, artistic, they can draw. I don't know a lot of Aries, I don't think. But the Leos is dope, but that ego.
Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they're all in the same boat. It just depends on what time you want to bring that shit out. Because when you know you operate at a high level of intellect, I'm telling you, it's totally different. Your conversation with people ain't even the same.
Yeah.
Because you're like, what? Nigga, this dumb ass shit? What? Yeah.
So see, that's why people think we mean.
I don't think, well, I can see why they would think it.
That's why
I ain't saying that I agree, but I can see why people would think it.
That's why they think we mean, though, because we come with the truth. And it's like, once you done got on our nerves, ain't no filters. Like, fuck you, I said what I said.
Now who we got left in the signs? Because they said it's supposed to be a monsoon coming through here.
Oh, hell no, we gotta go. Let's see.
That's what they said. We got to say something about that. They said down in the south tonight it's supposed to be some torrential rain, maybe a couple tornadoes. So that was just throw it out there so everybody out here in the Birmingham area and Central Alabama be safe and whatever.
I'm supposed to be
other areas affected.
I'm supposed to be in Pelham at 7 a.m. We're gonna have to look on that weather, man, because what? So who have we not talked about? We talked about Virgo a little bit. I think Virgos are cool. I think they are a little cray, but I think that's because they love so deeply and intensely that when they're hurt, it does activate the little crazy for them. That's just my take on that. But I have never, I think I've dated one Virgo, so that's limited. Libras.
Libra? I got a sister that's
they're supposed to be the balancer in the zodiac.
I think, let me see. That's what the what?
Hmm? What the the September 23rd to October 22nd.
Okay. I got a sister and my father are Libras. And they good, pretty good people from what I see.
Okay.
Like I said, as a Sagittarius male, born on the 4th, the year of our Lord.
The year of our Lord.
It's kind of. I just see the good in all of them.
I think Libras are cool.
Yeah,
they have sexual prowess. They are supposed to be the balancer in the scales with justice and knowledge, I think, if I remember correctly. But they are sneaky as fuck.
Now that I don't know. That could be true. I just never had that experience, but that's interesting to hear though.
Other than that, I think they're cool people. I think they give appearances sometimes that are not completely true. They portray a certain thing about themselves when really on the back end they're doing something different or thinking something different. And we all have that to a certain extent anyway. Let's see. Did we talk about Pisces?
I just said we gotta talk about the piece of Pisces. We gotta talk about them.
What did the Pisces do to you?
Nothing. They just the piece of Pisces.
I don't have a lot. Let's see. Pisces is February 19th through March 20th. My one friend that just passed, I think she was Pisces. Now she was dope as fuck. Let me see. What is today? April 2nd. Yeah. So she was not a Pisces. Yes, she was. She was a Pisces. Okay. So she was dope as fuck. What I experienced through her was they are extremely loyal, extremely loving, very tuned in and astute spiritually, very intellectual. So they think
good. You say that astute.
And they very creative when it comes to like how they work with business. Very supportive and encouraging type zodiac from what I've seen.
What month them piece of Pisces probably?
Pisces is February 19th through March 20th.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing a thing. I just don't know it. That I know
of. Yeah, she's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But she was dope.
So who we forgot?
Did we talk about Taurus?
Taurus. No, we didn't say anything about Taurus.
I think they are really
April to May.
Yeah, April 20th to May 20th. What I've experienced with Taurus, they're good in business, but they are extremely insecure. And that insecurity weighs on everything and everybody. Ooh, but that's my limited experience.
That's one of the worst things that I think a male or female can have is to be insecure about just themselves. Because like you said, it travels to all other areas.
Yes. Yes. Wait. Jason, you said 9 months from December is March. Yes, Lord, them Leo egos. Man, I'm telling you, Leos is, oh God, it's like God put a little extra in the salt. when he put their little egos together. But that's just too sick.
Yeah,
Moving on.
Like I said, I haven't had that experience, but now I gotta be looking for it now.
Man, pay attention, pay attention. You said 9 months from December is March, Jason. What?
Yeah, he probably a Libra or something. I think Jason.
So you trying to tell me my parents was getting on in March? Is that what you're trying to say, Jason?
Yeah, Libra. They all right. Them Libra. They're some great guys. They great people.
Yeah, they pretty dope. I think we covered everybody. We talked about Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leos, Virgos, Libras, Scorpios. We didn't talk about Scorpios.
The Scorpio.
October 23rd through November 21st.
Now, I know a few of them. They're a little different. I ain't got nothing bad to say about them. They're a little different. I think their ego might be in them more so than the Leo. that I say.
I haven't had a lot of dealings with Scorpios. Not or anybody notable that I can think of, any extended engagement. In my friend circles, I don't know that I've ever dated a Scorpio either.
Nah, not that I know of. Let me see what they say about them. They say they're water sign. So they loyal.
I heard they crazy.
Devotion, and they passionate.
See that passion go? It's the spectrum. Love and hate is the same emotion. It's just on the spectrum.
Yeah. Let me see. What's the Scorpio weaknesses? They're very manipulative and may twist facts to suit their purpose. Who should a Virgo marry? A Scorpio marry?
Oh my God.
A Cancer or Pisces? Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn?
I think for Sagittarius, we're ranked high with Cancers, Libras, Leos, and there's one more I'm forgetting. As far as like dating and marriage compatibility. But I think across the spectrum, we can, you kind of alluded to it earlier, we can make something work with anybody in the zodiac signs, depending on how they sit in themselves. I think the more we know ourselves, the more we are in tune with ourselves and we're truthful and honest with ourselves, that helps us to engage with people in such a way as to create something healthy and enjoyable and pleasurable, if that's what we want. Or we can be fucked up and toxic as hell and crazy as hell, you know what I'm saying? And create chaos and foolery. It just depends on how we want to act.
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute, hold up. No, we ain't. So what you saying is Libra ain't cool, Jason? What we trying to take up for you? what you saying, man? Help us understand. What is you saying? Tell us the truth. So before we go, keep this conversation going, y'all. Even if you're catching us in the replay, hop into the comments. Tell us what you think. Oh, let me put this out there as well. If you're catching the replay and you're trying to see these comments that we're reading, look to your left-hand side of the screen if you're on your laptop. I'm sorry, right. I didn't know my left, my right. Your right-hand side of the screen to see the replay comments, and click underneath the bottom of the video to leave your comments on the replay. I don't know why it's like that. It just is. So tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're feeling. Who has given you the most hell in your zodiac experiences? Who have you given the most hell to and been a tornado and a firecracker too? Okay. Who do you think the best zodiac signs are? Who have you had the greatest sex with a zodiac? Whatever makes sense for you. We want to keep these conversations going because clearly we are both really seeing the power of understanding our astrological complexity. You know what I'm saying? And how it plays out in our spirituality and our cognitive processes in our business. One thing I do know about us, the Sagittarius too, we are really good in business. Not every Sagittarius is good with money, but we are really good with being able to start and build businesses. I have learned that over time too. So let me just throw that out there. Every now and then, I take that credit. So before we bring this thing to a close, we just simply ask that you continue to help us like, share, and comment. Like the videos, comment on the videos, share the videos, subscribe to the page so that you get notified. Click that little bell button so that you get notified when we go live and when new videos upload. Remember that we stream live every Tuesday night. Most times we on time. Maybe about 75% of the time we on time at 6 o'clock Central Standard.
Right.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard. And every once in a while, we're going to start between 6 and 6:30, 6:30 at the latest. Rock with us. We're both business owners, and things just happen sometimes outside of our control where we got to come on a little late, but we're going to always show up, okay? All right. With that being said, remember, Benny has some shows. Go to, what is it, BennyMac205.com?
BennyMac205.com. That'll do it.
Catch some shows. You can also find us at IamHealingOne.org to see all the mental health, wellness, metaphysical, and ritual support that we have to offer, as well as our spiritual services. And we just love and appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for making this change with us over from Facebook to the YouTubes so that more of you can find us. Yes, I said the YouTubes. And I'm old. And we're going to keep it rocking, y'all. Tell us what you want to hear. Look into the comment description right up under this video or any of the replay videos that you get a chance to check out. And click that link if you want to be a guest and join us in the hot seat and come on live with us and tell us what you're thinking. Click that link and fill out the form and send us your deets. We'll get back with you. If you have a question that you want to share anonymously, click that link and just pop your question or your thoughts or your feedback to suggest topics or things you want to hear us talking about. We got you, boo things. Okay. And fellow badasses, with that, we bid you adieu so we can get out of here and be safe in these crazy weathers that's coming through. And we'll see y'all next week.